And we are live here on the Hawks Sports Network from Sheridan College in Oakville for the OCAA Women's Rugby 7's Championship. My name is Matt Hamill. With me is Neil Judge, and we have a pretty exciting gold medal game right ahead of us, Neil.
That we do, Matt. Big game, tight competition between these two teams. They've met once before this season already. Again, tight finish between these two teams.
Algonquin Thunder coming into this championship game with no losses on the season. We've said it before, the Humber Hawks have one loss, and that was, of course, in the crossover game against the Thunder. Final score there was 10-7 in favor of Algonquin. Humber really only scored in the later stages of the game, and that was the first point scored on Algonquin all season. Really a tough team to score on. Algonquin only allowing 27 points against the entire regular season.
Yeah, Algonquin's been the defensive team to beat, and Humber has been the offensive team to beat. That doesn't mean that Algonquin hasn't scored a lot of points this season. They've just been able to capitalize on their defense, forcing those turnovers. Humber, a bit more of a finding the gaps and making those long runs kind of team. They still have a hard-hitting defense. They make those opportunities, get those turnovers, but they're able to make those runs from distance.
Yeah, if you give Humber any space at all, they have some really gifted runners. They can break loose and put up a lot of points. Humber led the OCAA with 395 points scored for in the regular season.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of activity from them on the offense. Lots of skill being put out by their players, lots of rolling off of tackles and moving into space that we haven't necessarily seen from every team today.
Of course, both Algonquin and Humber got the bye to the semifinal round. We've only seen them play once today, and they both looked good.
Yep, there was some concern that not having played that early game maybe didn't give them the same kind of warm-up time and be able to step out on that front foot, but both of them took those games, weren't really in any danger of losing either of those, to be honest.
And we'll get ready for kickoff. Of course, the gold medal game will have the anthem ceremonies. We get a good look at Humber huddling up one last time. And that is a good meet up there. Probably some last few words from Dale Esue, the ninth-year head coach for Humber, before his squad gets going. And in that game, Humber's first matchup there against Loyalist, they were able to come away with the victory, and it was the usual suspects. Cheyenne DeLuca able to break loose. And she is just a magnificent runner, cutting back, finding all kinds of gaps.
Yeah, lots of impressive work from both sets of ladies on each side of the ball. We're really looking forward to seeing what's going to come out better, who's going to come up harder on defense, and who's going to make those breaks to get through those gaps.
And for the Algonquin Thunder, you have to look out for the Pettis sisters, Leah and Sage, the leading scorers for the Thunder. Well, Leah Pettis getting the convert responsibilities for the Thunder.
Yeah, I will tell you, Matt, there's nothing quite like having a pair of siblings on a rugby team. Brings a lot of cohesiveness, hopefully some camaraderie, and there's not too much sibling rivalry going on in the team during the game, but it can definitely be a force to reckon with.
But, I mean, you get a good look at the Humber huddle here. No siblings on the teams as far as I'm aware of, but really is such a strong tie.
Oh, absolutely.
Strong bond.
There's never anything wrong with a good, thorough program, lots of player development, recruitment in the right places.
And there is something about these more physical sports that will kind of bring a team together. When the physical consequences are so high, you really do have to look out for one another. That kind of brings the team closer together. I'm sure you experienced that in your rugby days.
Well, yeah, you always refer to it as going to war, going into battle. You have to be there. When you're on offense, you've got to give that offensive support. So even if someone does go into contact, you can be there to drive that ball forward. You can be there to support the ball.
We'll be right back after the national anthem. And there's the anthem. We're about ready to go. Just moments away from kickoff in the OCAA gold medal game. Another good look at Humber.
Looks like
we
they're
should
getting
see
themselves
some of
amped
the
up there.
amped up, and we should see the usual suspects here. There's our photographer, Diego, getting a very unique shot. Now we'll see how those photos turn out.
Intensity is definitely something that a lot of teams want to bring to the start of the game, especially if you've got the kickoff. Now, do we know yet who has kickoff?
No.
All right, we'll see in a couple moments here. Sometimes, though, the danger with bringing in a lot of energy into the start of the game is it can cause a lot of problems as far as turnovers because of that excitement, because of the nerves that start to play into it, because you just want to go, 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 and you stop thinking about what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, there is. You're right. That's a good insight. There is a sweet spot. Looks like Humber will be kicking off to start here.
Yep.
And we'll see. You definitely want to come in with the right level of excitement, keep everything under control. Humber's a very skilled team. Algonquin, a very physical team, skilled in their own right. But, of course, when you look at the top scorers of the league, the top two players are Cheyenne DeLuca and Christina Branch, far and away the #1 scorers. So
yep,
Humber's success will really come on the heels of them, for sure.
Humber still overloading left.
Deshauna
Ball's got a good
kick.
distance, and Humber's right there on the ball. They get the bounce that they wanted, and they got the knock back instead of the knock on, which is good for them. They managed to maintain possession, and here they go.
Right away, ball on the ground. Humber looking for a seam up the middle. Brought down.
Algonquin getting the good counter ruck on. Drops the ball, though, unfortunately. That's going to result in a knock-on call against them, and it will be Humber's put in on the scrum.
OCAA Rookie of the Year, Sarah Bothan, will feed the ball in, although the Thunder are going to come away with it.
Well, Algonquin with a little shake and bake there. And a good offensive ruck. Ball's out quick. Taking the ball into contact, looking for the offload, but she doesn't quite get it.
Loose ball.
Humber gets the knock-on call, so it's going to be another Humber put-in. Both teams definitely bringing some intensity to the scrum here.
Yeah, tightly contested beginning to this first half.
Looks like the ref is calling a wheel on that scrum. Unfortunately, it has to remain steady, and it can only spin so far before the ref is going to call it back. Well, that one managed to wheel a whole 180 degrees. Let's see which way the ref is going to call this one.
Things are kind of locked up here after a high-energy start. We're here at Sheridan College, Oakville campus for the gold medal match. It's the rematch everyone was waiting for.
Oh, Humber almost gets the pickoff on that pass, but it looks like it's going to get called a knock-on again against Algonquin. Lots of opportunities in this game so far for pickoffs, just nothing is quite sinking through for either team.
Yeah, these loose ball violations are really grinding this game to a halt. We'll see who can blow things open.
Ball's out quick. Humber manages to retain possession out of this one, and they're going to try and move that ball wide. Lots of speed out here on the wing for Humber.
Over to Cheyenne.
Good offload.
Big tackle as Branch is brought down.
Yeah, Algonquin's defense did good to get back after getting caught up on the previous play. Does manage to take the player out of bounds, so it's going to be an Algonquin lineout.
It's a good tackle by number 20, Delicia Dixon. She was the player of the game and Algonquin's semifinal matchup.
She's a very fearsome looking player. I would not want to be on the receiving end of one of her tackles.
Yeah, some big hits. Very effective player. Really fits that style of the Thunder. Tight defense and aggressive play.
Yeah. Looks like the ball came back out off of Humber, and it's going to be another Algonquin lineup.
Leia Pettis. The inbound play.
Bit of a scramble. She releases the ball, gets back up, and it looks like she's going to get driven out of bounds, and it'll be a Humber lineout. Humber actually having some spectacular defense on these lineouts, which isn't really something that we've been seeing much of today from any team.
And quietly pushing the Thunder right back into their own red zone.
Yep, there's a quick ball, and it looks like the ref is blowing down for either not straight or not going 5 yards.
Could have been take your pick there, I think.
I think so. It looks like it's going to be a Algonquin scrum.
A scoreless first half. Just over 2.5 minutes to go.
Ball comes straight back out the side, and Humber collects it. Good offensive ruck.
Humber
Plays
works
the
it
skip.
Outside. Yeah, there all the way to DeLuca.
Oh, loses her feet trying to cut inside.
Gets back up, advances the ball forward. Looks like Branch might have been able to come away with it.
Humber's getting fantastic second efforts here. There's the gap that they were looking for.
Beautiful. Breaking through the Algonquin line and getting the first points of the game for the Humber Hawks. That was Renee Bowen with the kick, and Renee Bowen with the try, and there's the extra point by Tashana. So the Humber Hawks are up 7-0. And a big score, and we'll have to see how the offense of the Thunder are going to respond.
Yeah, Algonquin's lucky in this game. They get the opportunity to receive the kick from Humber here. So they will start on the offense, and it's just going to be a matter of them being able to capitalize on this in what's left of 1 minute of the first half.
In the air, beautiful
Humber
kick.
ball goes 10 meters. Algonquin does good to recover it, though.
Yeah, really good kick. But the Thunder will come away trying to set up their offense.
Good acceleration. She just couldn't quite put the distance between her and the defender.
Now the Thunder trying to find an opening on the outside. Bit of a high tackle. Looks like high tackle was called.
Quick restart here by Algonquin. Looks like they're trying to play the ball out to the wing to create some space if they can. Humber's doing very good at keeping the overlap going, although Algonquin does make some pretty good meters out of the play.
Good tackle on the outside by Cheyenne DeLuca. Thunder are brought down, charging back up the middle, but the pass is mishandled.
Ball continued to get lost back there. Looks like it's going to be a knock-on call against Humber here. So it seemed that the defender managed to get her hand on the ball as the pass was coming out and got the knock-on call, which is going to end us for the first half.
Bring us into halftime with a score here of 7-0. Really, these two teams are evenly matched. And the first time we saw these teams meet, it was a pretty low-scoring game, 10-7 in favor of the Thunder.
Yeah, I'd say this game is pretty much everything that was expected coming in. Very tight, very defense-intensive on both sides. Both teams' offense looking to try and create the openings, but it's those defensive lines that are coming up, meeting the challenge, and trying to keep those line breaks down to a minimum. Algonquin's gotten a few good opportunities, but Humber's just managed to get the extra distance on the ones that they've made, and that's been Humber's story so far today.
And we'll take another look at the one score in the first half by Humber. Just a determined run right up the middle.
She did a beautiful job to identify the gap that she had. She managed to get on the outside shoulder of her inside mark. And the outside man didn't quite recognize the push coming towards the outside. Got a little too far outside her and wasn't able to make that cut back in to help with the double tackle.
A powerful run to give Humber the lead. Looks like halftime is just wrapping up, and we'll get the final stanza of the gold medal game coming right up here.
What's the formal amount of time that's supposed to be in between halves? Like 3 minutes? Yeah, it's about that. Yeah.
Algonquin will kick the ball off to start here.
Algonquin's implementing a heavy right side kickoff, so they're definitely going to be kicking to that side. What they're trying to do is they're trying to give themselves a body opportunity in order to get more players in front of the Humber offense when they collect the ball.
Deep kick handled by Tashana. And now Humber getting set up with DeLuca on the outside.
Did a great job to switch the field here. Oh, she can't quite create the opening for herself there, trying to give a little bit of hesitation in her defender. A good run up the middle by the number 9 here. And great backup play from Humber here, although Algonquin getting a good tackle here and forcing the turnover.
Humber's going to have to scramble to set that outside contain. And they'll do just that to slow the Thunder down.
Oh, Algonquin playing a nice little switch there, trying to get the bodies on the outside. Number 5 looks like she's got some legs, but she can't quite get the separation that she's looking for.
Very strong run there.
We'll see if we're getting the out of bounds call here or if it's going to be a foul on the play, although it appears that it's going to be a Humber line out.
Looks like that was Sage Pettis. Good job to push the play into the Humber side of half, but ultimately the Hawks are going to try to come away with the ball. Uh-oh.
Oh, a great capital opportunity for Algonquin here. Managed to take advantage of a little bit of a fumble on Humber's lineout.
Now play being stretched to the outside.
Oh, they've got a great opportunity here. Looks like they're going to get the points on the board.
Yeah, it's Delicia Dixon with the score. She's really been the player to watch here for the Thunder today.
Absolutely. She's fast. She's mean. She'll hit. She'll do everything that a player needs to do on the field.
Big break. The start of the second half.
This is a difficult position for Algonquin, though, because that try was far out to the sideline. This makes the angle very difficult for the kicker. She might have to take a little bit extra distance off the try line in order to get the angle that she wants, but every single meter that she's away from that set of uprights makes it harder, and unfortunately she miskicks the ball.
And that could prove big. Now we'll see how Humber can respond offensively.
Yep, they've got the 2-point lead now. Each try is another 5 points on the board. Each team has the opportunity to kick for 3 points, so this might be something that we will see from Algonquin if they get the field space that they need.
Deep kick. Gets by the Humber back
Very
line.
deep. If this is going to go all the way, Humber might. Okay, no, it doesn't go for the 22-meter dropout.
Humber really pinned back in their own zone.
Oh, she almost managed to drag her opponent out of the red zone with her.
Ooh, strong
There's
play.
a good little handoff.
Humber really finding some space here.
This is that teamwork part that's such a big part of the rugby game. You can't make any move on your own without having support.
Out to DeLuca.
Oh, she just gets brought out of bounds, unfortunately, but it's great ball position for Humber to get that ball down and out of their end of the field and out of their red zone.
Yeah, good bounce back here in the second half by Humber.
We'll see if Algonquin can make the most of their line out. Like we mentioned earlier, Humber's been having a great counter line out. Oh, they almost get up to get the hand on the ball, but Algonquin does get the knock in the direction they want.
We'll see if the Hawks can get the ball back.
Some good speed on the sidelines. Looks like she's been caught. Oh, she breaks free.
And Humber is able to make the tackle. Good job where Cheyenne DeLuca had blown the outside contain. One of her teammates is able to make a huge play. Wow, what a defensive play by the Hawks to regroup.
Great offensive retention here as well. Algonquin does get the call. Algonquin's 15 here has unfortunately sealed off the ball while trying to gain body position to be able to poach that ball the way she wants. Again, that's not something that's allowable within the rules. You have to provide the opponent with the opportunity to play the ball because, to be honest, too many players were getting hurt as defenders would try and fly through to clear out the opponent.
Humber back the other way. Ooh.
This number 1 is putting up a lot of work.
That catching tackle has been number 9 for Humber.
Yellow
Ooh,
card.
She gets the yellow card.
She did kind of put the hand in the face
Yeah.
in the stiff arm attempt.
Yeah, unfortunately, rugby is very particular about level of contact that you're allowed to make, as in like level above the shoulders is high tackle, not allowable. Putting your hand in somebody's face like that, directly to the face, not an accidental off the chest up into someone's face, that's not something that can be allowed to happen.
Yeah, that was Ebony McCreath with the yellow card. Good tackle by Humber. It's
Algonquin running the pick and go very effectively.
Some good physical play by the Thunder. Dixon now.
Oh, it looks like she's going to get run out of bounds, and she does. Flag went up. Humber gets the line out.
Dixon spending a little bit of extra time on the ground, but looks like she'll get back to her feet. She's okay.
Possible she got the wind knocked out of her, possibly a Charlie horse. Lots of different things that can happen. Cause you a little bit of minor body inconvenience.
Substitution coming in for the Thunder.
Humber just playing the deep over ball, not even worried about there being a counter lift on that one.
There's Cheyenne with some open field. Now this is what Humber's done so well all season long. Finds an outside edge, and we'll have another try from Cheyenne DeLuca. How about that?
She takes that one all the way around, right behind the post, puts the ball down right where she wants her kicker to be able to have a nice, easy conversion.
Yeah, she is a very gifted runner. Really something to watch her in open space. In game 1 in the semifinal, we saw her make a brilliant cutback.
Yeah, Humber's really looking to kind of put some nails in the coffin here. If they can make this kick, that essentially puts this game out of reach for Algonquin. They're already 7 points up. That puts them an additional 2. And we are coming down to the last bits of time.
Try by number 10, Cheyenne DeLuca.
We should be seeing some injury time, so this is going to be Algonquin's last attempt here at scoring some points.
And with a 9-point lead, this is a 2-score game.
Yeah, mathematically, this doesn't look like it's something that Algonquin can pull back, but I would really love to see that happen. That'd be quite amazing. That would be an entertaining finish to this game.
Humber able to slow down the Thunder rush.
Humber takes another high tackle. Algonquin's able to retain the ball. Humber looking to close that distance as soon as possible when that ball comes off the line. The closer you can get to your opponent, the less time they have to build up speed to be able to knock you off the ball, off of your tackle.
Here in the championship round.
Oh, Algonquin takes that one out of bounds. And that's the end of the game.
The Humber Hawks will rush the field. They're able to capture gold here after a disappointing end to last season. The Humber Hawks win the gold medal in the OCAA Women's Rugby Championship. An outpour of emotion and a really great game here to close things off.
Yeah, I guarantee that Humber's having the day that they want today. They got what they didn't get last year. They played the game that they wanted to play. There isn't really a whole lot more to say for them. I'm sure Algonquin's disappointed in the way things rolled out, but I don't think that they should be disappointed with the way they played today. They played solid games on defense. They had great offense, great carries. They did everything they were supposed to do. Humber was just able to capitalize on the mistakes that they were presented with.
It's tough when the only game you lose all season is the championship game, but that was the reality for the Humber Hawks last year. Undefeated and then lost to the Seneca Sting. And I think the Humber Hawks were able to regroup this year and really get a taste of that crushing defeat, and were able to channel that into this gold medal victory here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where all of these teams end up next year. Next year is a new season, new opportunity for everybody in the division. Like we've been saying today, college system, lots of turnover, lots of opportunities to change in position. So it'll be an entertaining season to start off.
Yeah, Humber head coach Dale Esue. We'll see what kind of players he has to work with next year. Lots of experienced players, but a couple freshmen contributing for the Humber Hawks this year. That'll be a bright future going forward.
Yeah, it's always great when you've got fresh players coming in, especially if you can get anybody with club experience or high school experience. All of that counts to so much. A lot of the rugby teams end up trying to pull athletes in from different sports, or football. Track and field's another great one, especially in a game like 7's.
We'll take another look at that final scoring run by Cheyenne, and just in open space. I think that speed is a bit elusive.
Pure athleticism.
Yeah, it's almost, you know that's the game for Humber. They're going to work it to the outside, but even though you game plan against that, Humber still finds a way to get Cheyenne on the outside. And it's a special player with a special play.
Yeah, that's the thing about rugby. Regardless of what body type, how tall you are, how heavy you are, there's a different position for everybody. Someone who's maybe not the biggest player on the field but has a lot of speed can definitely be useful on the wings. Bigger players, great opportunities to be in those crash balls, taking that pick and go, making those tackles. Lots of opportunity for plenty of different people to play the game.
And there's Diego back with the team.
Girls love their photographer.
And that's the final score here in the gold medal match. Humber Hawks 14, the Algonquin Thunder 5. And really, if you want to talk about the turning point of that game, early in the second half, Algonquin was all alone. Cheyenne blew the containment on the outside, but Humber stepped up, made the tackle, somehow stopped the Thunder from scoring, and that is what really set the table for Cheyenne DeLuca to bust that run and put this game away.
Yeah, that was one of those situations where you kind of grab whatever you can get a hold of. She kind of had her by the shorts, managed to just kind of drop her body weight down, pulled her down to the ground, and then got herself over top in order to get good body position. Rest of her team came to secure the ball on defense. That's why you never quit. If one of your teammates on defense makes a tackle, somebody else has got to be there, secure that ruck so you guys can take that ball.
Just waiting on the gold medal presentation here.
There's
that play. See, Cheyenne didn't quite make the tackle on the outside, and then just from nowhere, you grab the shorts, whatever you can get, like you said, Neil, and you bring her down, and then Humber able to get going the other way.
Yep, it was a nice opportunity. Algonquin came in and actually cleared out the counter ruck that Humber had set up, but unfortunately they cleared out too far. They didn't set a bridge over top of where the ball was after that tackle, and Humber's able to walk around at that point because there is no ruck set up. Humber's able to walk in from the side, grab the ball because it's just out in play.
And Dan Gauthier has to be proud of his Algonquin team. The sixth-year head coach just gave a lengthy speech to his team, and now we have the handshakes.
Yeah, I think both teams have to be proud of the way they've played today. It wasn't an easy road for either of them. They did both finish at the top of their respective tables. It's been a long season. It's been a cold last couple weeks. It's been a lot. It's been a really cold day today. I don't know how, but I think it managed to actually get colder after the sun came up today.
but you wouldn't have known it. These girls looked good to go out there. The cold didn't appear to be a factor.
Yep. I'm sure there's some pretty cold fingers out there, but I don't think too many of them are thinking about that right now.
Well, cold fingers, I'll tell you what, Neil, just head over to that Hawks Nation tent, get yourself some Hawks Nation gloves, the official varsity fan club of the Humber Hawks. Stay warm. And the gold medal will go to the Humber Hawks. In 3 years of OCAA women's rugby sevens, the Humber Hawks captured the gold medal the inaugural season. Last year with that disappointing loss to Seneca, taking the silver. And this year, recapturing the gold. Very promising season by the Algonquin Thunder.
Yep, Algonquin's rugby programs are both impressive. Humber's women's program, again, this is a pretty new program. They just moved over from 15s to 7s. So this has been a good adjustment for Humber. They've managed to maintain superiority that they've kind of maintained through a lot of their 15s rugby.
Player of the game announcements. Haley O'Donoghue. And yeah, a fitting choice for player of the game. It was that open field tackle up the far sideline that really kept Humber in this game.
That was a game changer. Humber was only up by 2 points at that time. The score there puts Algonquin up by 3. Opportunity to possibly get another 2 puts them up by another 5 for themselves. Without that tackle, this could have been a completely different game. Momentum's a huge part in this game. Teams are lining up here now for ceremonial medal presentations.
Been a great Rugby Sevens tournament hosted here at Sheridan College Oakville campus, co-presented by Humber College. Humber Hawks are fired up, rightfully so. There's the Seneca Sting. They will receive their bronze medal here in the medal presentations. Lots of rugby players in the field right now.
Yeah, rugby's a big sport. Even in sevens, you only got 7 people on the team. You still need that depth in your roster. So just having a good starting line is going to be very good. You know, injuries are a pretty prevalent thing in rugby, unfortunately. It's the nature of contact sports. And if you don't have good support, you know, you could go from a championship caliber team to, you know, 3rd place, 2nd place, or maybe even lower, depending on how things go. I believe we're going through Tournament All-Stars right now.
From the Seneca Sting, number 4, Jessica.
Number 4, Jessica. What?
Jessica Watt.
Watt, there we are.
3rd-year player from Keswick.
From the Algonquin
Outstanding
Thunder,
effort here today on the
20,
final
Delisha
day of the season. And Delisha Dixon, who got the player of the game in that first semifinal matchup and had an outstanding performance here today. You mentioned it, some great play on both sides of the ball.
Absolutely, she's a real force to be reckoned with out on the rugby pitch.
Also from the Algonquin Thunder, number 5, Sage.
Sage Pettis, another one of those trademark Thunder players. Very physical.
Yep, she's maybe not quite as stoutly built as her counterpart, but she's definitely a fast player and a tough player.
Christina Branch, another tournament all-star.
All of these Girls, phenomenal rugby players in their own right.
Number 5, Tashana.
And a all-star nod goes to Tashana Fitzgerald. She has played outstanding today, gets the kicking duties for Humber.
That'll be quite the all-star lineup, those girls all playing on the same
Is
team.
our MVP award
I'd like to see that.
from the Humber Hawks, number 10.
No surprise here, Cheyenne DeLuca.
The tournament MVP.
And you give her the ball, one of those players, you know, everybody plays sports. You have that one athlete on your team where just get them the ball, they'll make something happen. And that's really the Cheyenne DeLuca effect.
Yeah, you don't have to be the biggest, you don't have to be the strongest. Effectiveness is what counts.
Our bronze winners are the Seneca Sting.
Seneca Sting with a victory over Loyalist. Gives them the bronze medal.
Number 11, Patricia Del Rosa Alcazar.
These girls have to be proud of themselves. It might not have been first, it might not have been second, but it was definitely a hard-fought season for them. They had to win to get to where they are right now.
Jessica Watts. Aluria Campbell. Number 5, Julia Fenton.
Seneca went 7-7 on the season and 2-1 on the day here.
Tristan Thomas.
7's rugby's a little bit of a different animal. The games are very short, so things are done in a tournament style. Everyone plays multiple games on a weekend, so lots of opportunity to get your hands on the ball, get your cap experience, as it were. But that experience varies depending on how you do in those tournaments. You might play 2 games or you might play 4 games.
Number 14, Arena Malik.
So 7-7, 14 games in the regular season. That's a pretty good amount of experience for these girls. And it's a hard fight. It's 14 games. You have to come out 50% or better. You can't just throw in the towel after taking a bad loss. You have to come out, compete the next weekend, and try and take victories off of more teams.
Yeah, and the way things are set up here in the OCAA Rugby 7's league, you have 5 teams in the East and 4 teams in the West. The top 3 teams from each conference made their way to the championship tournament today.
Yep, Seneca finished second and behind Humber.
The Algonquin Thunder.
A little bit of more opportunity to make it into the playoffs if you're playing in the West Conference. You know, as long as you don't come in last in that 4th place, you still get to come on to the provincial finals. But it's still a long season. There's lots of opportunity. If the pools are tight, a couple games can be the difference between making it into the provincial tournament or not.
Number 3, Taylor Bray. Number 15, Carson Brown.
Thunder right now getting their silver medals.
Number 13, Blair Burnett.
Yeah, look at the smile on those girls' faces. None of them are
Number 19,
that upset. They're happy with what they've managed to achieve this season. And that's the rugby way. The rugby way is that you're proud of what you've done.
And I think these teams are all just so grateful to have the collection of players they have. We saw Loyalist after their bronze medal loss, and they looked in good spirits. They were all embracing each other, and I think kind of how tight these teams are, it's a beautiful thing. It's all on display here at the championship tournament.
Amy McNeil.
There's Diego getting some
Ashley
more
McKenzie.
pictures. Ashley McKenzie jumped the gun a bit there.
Number 18, Jody McKearty. Number 2, Zoe McPherson.
Ryan Kelly, our medal distributor, doing his best to keep up with the girls as they come to collect their medals.
Number 5, Sage Pettis.
Sage Pettis.
Haley Webster. Number 1, Alana Wood. And number 8, Alicia Wood. And also our medals to the coaches and assistant coaches for the Algonquin
Be interesting to
Thunder.
see how rugby careers go for these ladies. Women's rugby has been a thing that's been a lot of development over the last couple of years. Canada's national women's 7's team is one of the best in the world. Like, can't argue with that at all. This is a great opportunity for a lot of these athletes who are maybe looking to do a little bit more with rugby, to showcase their skills, get a little bit more experience under their belt, work with different coaches, and just get that experience that they want when they want to move forward.
Yeah, that is one of those mainstreams you see the top college players in Canada, they end up going that Team Canada route. And I do believe they did start the Rugby 7's at the Olympics, the most recent in Brazil, right? That was the first.
Yep, rugby's recently got its introduction in the Olympics. Unfortunately, just due to the nature of the 15's game, there isn't really the time and the number of weeks it would take to run a full tournament like that. So 7's is the sport that got inducted, and it's a great game. It's very entertaining, lots of scoring. It's fantastic to see from the rugby perspective that rugby's getting its due in the international sporting world.
Yeah, a bit more of a skilled game because there's so much extra space for players that have that foot speed to break loose.
Absolutely. On the men's side, there's a couple American guys that are just lighting up the world stage with specifically that speed, that agility. It's you think about maybe bringing in players like Usain Bolt, who's doing his little professional soccer debut, of getting that opportunity to come out and just showcase their athleticism.
See the Humber Hawks putting on their championship caps. It's a great thing to see after all that hard work.
Yeah, you got to hand it to them for going down and congratulating each of the other teams that finished with them as well. They're not gloating or holding anything over each other's head. They're being respectful. They're giving everybody else the recognition that they deserve.
Number 16, Melanie Raven. And number 7, Jordan Stamford. Also to the coaches and assistant coaches.
Now the coaches will get their medals. The whole squad of Humber coaches: Dale Esue, Andrew Patrica, Phil Boone, team manager Emily McLean, therapist Scott Cuthbert, student therapist Manon Melanson, and in attendance today, Humber athletic director Ray Chateau. Girls are temporarily ignoring the cold to enjoy that gold medal and
the sweet taste of victory.
This year's OCAA
now for the banner presentation.
7's champions.
Great picture there. Diego's all over it. And there's the final celebration. The Humber Hawks atop the province of Ontario in women's rugby 7s, taking home the gold medal. A great matchup against the Algonquin Thunder. Final score 14-5. For my broadcast partner, Neil Judge. Neil, I want to thank you for coming on the broadcast today. Great to have
having me, Matt.
Rugby Insight, my friend. And for myself, Matt Hamill, that's all she wrote. The women's gold medal goes to the Humber Hawks on the Hawks Sports Network. We'll see you next time.